you know there's a version of SpongeBob that knows what Squirtle tastes like? Hey! Sorry, that came out wrong. What I meant was, I spent more time watching cartoons bump uglies this week than working, and that's the most productive I've felt in months. Welcome to the magical world where copyright law fears to tread and everyone's wearing foam latex and shame.
So,
corn parodies. Doesn't matter, dude. All right, you nasty little gremlins, let's slap on a prophylactic and dive on in. I'll be rating these unholy adaptions using 5 essential metrics because I hate myself. And I took notes. Source accuracy. Is it like the show or does it feel like a panic-induced guess? Effort level. Did they try or did they blow the whole budget on a single wig and some lube? Joke to moaning ratio or JTM. How many gags before the gags? Spiritual damage. How much brain rot did this leave behind? Will I dream about it? And will it be wet? Functionality. Would anyone actually use this? Or is it just meme fuel for the broken among us? For me, it's both.
Nice.
Now that we've got the rubric from hell, let's ruin our childhoods. One parody at a time. Yippee! And who better to start with than the absorbent little bastard who lives in a pineapple and now canonically claps cheeks. Spongeknob Squarepants, say that fucking 100 times, opens like a faithful SpongeBob episode with a catchy seafaring sing-along.
Who lives in a vibrator under the sea? SpongeKnob Squarepants. So horny and dirty, he tried to hump me.
You almost couldn't tell the difference, aside from the constant references to coitus. Then, SpongeKnob shows up, clearly SpongeBob's inbred cousin.
good morning, Bikini Bottom.
He says hi to his furniture and then to himself,
And good morning, good looking.
and starts wondering what to do today. All our favorite characters are MIA, so SpongeKnob has to, uh-oh,
I have no one to play with, so I guess I'll just have to play with myself.
womp womp. Then he starts spiraling. If there's no one else, who's he supposed to reproduce with? Is this the end of the SpongeKnob bloodline? Don't worry, sponges can reproduce sexually or asexually. Oh, also don't worry, it's not a solo performance.
So I guess I'll just have to play with myself.
Sandy shows up to his house, which I'm assuming is still a pineapple, and if so, that's probably the most ironically appropriate setting possible. She lets him know that she's down to make a baby.
But I gotta tell you, eating our young runs in my family.
They immediately address the logistics of interspecies mating.
How are we gonna do this? I mean, I can't breathe underwater.
Well, lucky for you, Sandy, I'm a sponge. I'm filled with air.
Really, nigga?
So if she just keeps sucking, she'll be able to breathe.
Well, alrighty then.
This is a Christian channel, by the way. On to the scoring. Source accuracy. They got the names right, the personalities were kinda close, and I've gotta be honest, the intro song walks the copyright line like a seasoned criminal.
Are you legal-aged adults ready to watch some porn?
But aside from that, this isn't a SpongeBob parody. This is a carbon monoxide hallucination wearing square pants. Score, 2 out of 5. Effort level. This one's tricky. They tried, but in all the wrong places. The music production, weirdly incredible. Someone definitely spent hours layering sea shanty porn tracks. And the SpongeKnob costume, Jesus Christ, it's less mascot and more mutated herpes sore. But everything else, flat, rushed. Everyone looks like they want to leave before the scene even starts. Score, 3 out of 5. Joke to moaning ratio, or JTM. If you go in knowing it's garbage, you'll laugh a few times. There's some actual comedy buried in here, intentional or not. My favorite moment, Sandy flubs a line and they just leave it in. It's like they edited this with a shrug. And honestly, I respect it. Score, 5 out of 5. Spiritual damage. Seeing SpongeKnob, just a screenshot, will haunt you. His face alone could summon demons. But that laugh? If you watch the whole parody though, it weirdly neutralizes the horror, like exposure therapy for cursed media. Too bad 99% of people will only ever see the first frame. Score, 4 out of 5. Functionality. Strip out the plot and this is just a guy in a latex block and a lady with a shaved head slapping around some limp spaghetti. No payoff, no sponge baby, Sandy doesn't even eat one. Nice. It's way too absurd for anything other than a confused laughter and a halfie. Score, 1 out of 5. That's Spongeknob Squarepants. A nightmare that we'll never be able to forget. Thank you for that, internet. Now that the ocean has been ruined for you, space is next. Dick and Morty is, shockingly, an adult parody of Rick and Morty. Bigger shocker, it's Dick and Morty, not Dick in Morty, you pig. We open on the garage exterior, then cut to Dick fiddling with some kind of device while Morty accidentally breaks a cum rock.
Damn it, Morty!
Oh, geez, Rick, I'm sorry.
Dick acts like a dick and starts laying into Morty.
They grow in the anal cavity of a level 2 snowflake.
Morty yells back that he's an adult now, because keeping him 14 in this universe gets a lot of people arrested, and that Dick can't talk to adults like that. He drops the mic saying Dick's tone is what drove Jerry away, leaving Beth so lonely. Dick shrugs it off, says Mr. Meeseeks box is handling it, not to be confused with Mr. Meeseeks. Totally different trademark. I'm not even gonna try clever wording to describe Beth's scene, but it's so completely unhinged you can't help but laugh. Just so you know, Bird Person and a chair make an appearance. Morty and Dick keep bickering until Morty storms off, leaving Dick alone with a sad boner and a portal gun.
Dick!
What up, Yoon?
Enter Unity. I know, yeah, that's actually her name. She's an ex-lover who shows up mid-rebound with her new man.
I'm with Beta 7 now.
What? Beta shit 7?
Dick drops a "show me what you got," and suddenly we're off to the interdimensional goon race. It's judgment time! Score accuracy. All right, you know what? Gotta give them props here. They actually kind of sort of nailed this one. It honestly feels like a parody. From the opening credits, which are hilariously badly done, to the references and the characters' personality quirks, it's almost all there. I think they definitely had some intimate time, not just with each other, but with the series too. Score, 4 out of 5. Effort level. Shit, they really did try here. Multiple characters, half-decent costuming, and a plot that doesn't really go anywhere. But hey, existential futility is kind of a core theme of Rick and Morty, so it works. Score, 5 out of 5. JTM. They really kind of ham-fist the jokes in these parodies. It's like a scattershot of half-baked bits. A few land, but most just kind of whiff. I think they could have pushed harder on the writing front, to be honest with you. The effort was there, but the jokes were mid. Score, 2 out of 5. Spiritual damage. Honestly, this one was like a walk in the park. The cast actually does feel like cursed real-life versions of Rick and Morty, which might be the most unsettling part. And honestly, I'm not even sure if that's a compliment or a warning. Score, 2 out of 5. Functionality. After Spongeknob, a wood chipper eating a tree might seem erotic. Not being buried in 40 pounds of latex probably helped make this more tolerable. That said, the body paint on Unity, not waterproof, which depending on your goals here could be immersion breaking. You could probably do it, but you'd really have to try. Score, 2 out of 5.
What's going on with you?
Kiss the last of your innocence goodbye because it's time to enter the Pokeverse. Fuck! Strokeverse! God damn it!
I've touched so many balls.
We start off mid-episode. Gash and his friends are wandering a house, hunting for Strokemon to catch. Gash, who I'm gonna call Ash from now on because saying Gash is really fucking hard to say, sends out Squirtle to battle a Suck-You-Dry. Basically a flesh sleeve with some teeth. You can probably figure out what they look like from the names, and yeah, it's just as ridiculous as what you're imagining.
I just caught a new Strokemon.
Fisty immediately burns Gash and the entire Strokeverse.
You're really good at letting your Strokemon do all the work and then throwing a ball at what you want to capture, Gash.
Pikachu comments on Gash's endowments.
Diga diga, diga diga diga, diga, Pikachu, 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 diga diga diga, Pikachu, 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 diga diga, diga diga.
Wow, Pikachu. Thanks.
What did she say?
Oh, that I just have like a really big dick.
Dika Dika, indeed. What up, my Dika? Cock. Yes. Cock. Cock. That's dumb. Cock. Yeah, that's actually his name, and he's the Brock stand-in. Says that he's gonna enjoy some cock time.
There's a local gym I want to check out. You know, scope out the competition. How about we all go with you? No! Today, Cock is going to enjoy some cock time.
And heads to the gym to meet Nurse Joy. But that totally breaks the realism, because usually when guys say that and go to a gym, they're totally not meeting up with a woman.
Strokemon!
Team Strokemon finally shows up, Meowth in tow. They give their little monologue.
Allow us to stroke-a-deuce ourselves.
Wait, is this still a monologue if there's two people doing it? Well, whatever it is, it's aggressively anti-sex and they identify as alt-right. This is very, very funny. Satire is alive and well, folks! Pikachu steps up to fight on everyone's behalf using electric cotton. Basically just splashes the whole room with an STD AoE. Team Strokemon blasts off again. Everyone's saved, and Fisty thanks Pikachu for saving them. The only way this genre knows how. Ooh, it's so hot! And Gash, ever the Pokemon Master, joins in. Source accuracy. Phew! Out of all of them, Strokemon feels like it might have been a passion project. There's so much extra packed in here, and I'm all for it. They even had a Nurse Joy for crying out loud. Take out the characters' interactions with each other, and I think we're sending this one to home base. 5 out of 5. Effort level. It's so obvious this was a love letter to the director's childhood memories of Pokemon. There's so many jokes, their costumes. I said costumes, not good costumes. They threw in extra characters, added dialogue, and even slapped in some CGI during post. The music, surprisingly on point. Credit where credit is due. 5 out of 5. JTM. The delivery of everything was pretty tight. There is no double entendre. They leaned into moments that were never going to be good and instead made them deliberately worse. The jokes are funny, the editing is funny. Everything that was supposed to be funny was funny. 5 out of 5. Spiritual damage. Shit, man, look at this fucking face. 5 out of 5. Jesus Christ. Functionality. This parody knocks it out in every category except here. Yeesh. I think there's a way to get past the extremely weird idea that Misty would think Pikachu like that. I even think there's a way to get past this actual nightmare. Holy fuck, stop doing that. But the real problem, Pikachu commits so hard to the bit that they speak and react to everything exactly like Pikachu.
Dika, 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 dika.
Which means you pretty much have to watch it on mute. Just watch something else if that's your goal. 1 out of 5. Well, that wraps up this trilogy of shame, and if you made it this far, congrats. You used me as a vehicle to consume adult content without seeing anyone naked. I hope that was worth it. If you want to see a part 2, just let me know. Drop a comment, hit like, subscribe if you want to. Please, it's how I find value in my existence. See you there, love you, bye.